Now this can be a whole topic on its own, and we could talk for days and days about the bad experiences of English in Japan. But this is more just about actually using things that are in English but not really knowing what they are. I was out shopping the other day and I went into my local drugstore. Now this could be because I live in the boonies and people are just a little bit not quite on top of what's going on in the world. I don't know. But I think it is kind of a common problem here. I walked into the drugstore, and this is just a little tiny small drugstore next to my grocery store. And, you know, there's the little pharmacist there who does their official deal of telling you which things you should buy. And it's really mostly frequented by the older people who live in our town, the farmers who live in our town. Now, they had some music playing on in the store. And, you know, as is with most case of stores, you have either like an intercom system with a preset kind of soundtrack for the store, or sometimes like a radio channel of some sort. I can only assume, you know, this wasn't a personal album choice by the workers to put on and have everybody listen to. It was probably some predetermined channel that's supposed to be featuring the top charts from the West. And the song that was on was Lil' Kim's I Don't Want Dick Tonight. So I was like, what? I walked into the store and I was trying to buy diapers for my little girl, and I was like, wait a second. Did I just hear what I thought I heard? And they play the songs, not the 4 radio versions. They play the straight up album versions only. So it was really shocking to hear. And I've had this experience before too. Many years ago, I remember walking into a music store and they were playing Eminem's album, and they were playing the non-edited album-only version. And of course, being raised in America, I'm used to always hearing the edited, you know, radio, clean, safe kind of version ever since the whole parental advisory explicit lyrics ordeal that happened when I was in high school. And, you know, I'm just used to that. I'm used to being ready for the beep. I'm ready for the, you know, fade. I'm ready for the block of the word I know is going to come anyway, but they just make sure you don't hear it. So, you know, being a innocent person just shopping in the store, I was a little surprised to hear what I was listening to. And in of all places, this like totally clean, sanitary, you know, beautiful little, you know, medicinal place is really strange experience. And I was just shocked. And this does really happen a lot here. And I think you have to kind of take it in a second and realize that, you know, people here don't know what it means. And they don't understand the lyrics. They don't. Some Americans don't understand the lyrics, but they don't understand what's being implied, of course. And so it's really a harmless thing. I could be one of those, you know, freaky people who like insists on telling the staff there that they're playing horrific music and my ears are bleeding. But I would never do that because it's such a harmless thing. It's not intentional. They're not doing it on purpose to shock. They just really don't know, and all they know is, hey, Lil' Kim, yeah, she's cool, you know, and oh yeah, she's really popular, and it was weird. I was just really surprised. And, you know, like I said, it happens all the time. They don't have these clean versions of songs. So, you know, you get used to hearing kids growing up, if they're big fans of hip-hop, and hip-hop's really popular here, you know, you have these, you know, middle school and high school kids and boys, you know, singing along and learning these words and just saying and repeating and mimicking what they hear and not really getting, you know, what they're saying. And you even see it in some of the music. Some of the hip-hop people here, you know, try desperately to copy, and you know, sometimes it fails, mostly, usually, always, it fails miserably, because there are some people here who do hip-hop and do it beautifully, and you know, really knew how to take the essence of what hip-hop is and adapt it into Japanese life, into a Japanese language adjustment because of the way the rhymes work. They do a really good job. Other people, they just straight up copy, you know, what's going on what they're listening to from the States, and it comes across really weird. And you know, they're trying to act all badass in their videos, you know, toting guns, and oh, look at me, I'm awesome, and you know, guns are illegal here. It's just like really random, kind of trying to copy and assimilate this huge part of Western culture and not really knowing how to do it. So, and I think, you know, it even happens to another thing I saw when I was watching TV with my daughter. We were watching this show called Okasan to Isho, and it's like a little, it's like Sesame Street kind of, where, you know, kids dance and sing and do songs, and it's for preschool aged kids. And there's usually like the Oni-san and One-san, the older brother and older sister kind of people there who help the kids sing songs and learn new things. And one of the there's usually two older brothers, and one of the older brother, he's always, you know, kind of more formal and official with his little tucked in shirt and chinos, but then the other guy's more like cool, you know, and he's got his cool print t-shirts from different places. You know, that's real popular here to buy t-shirts that have prints on them. As long as it's in English, everything is awesome. So I find really random things of some, you know, defunct camps in Michigan, you know, and they have their t-shirts, really random stuff. You know, you think you see a t-shirt and you think, oh, University of Colorado, awesome, my brother went there. You know, no, there's no association to that at all. You don't, people just wear the shirt because they like the color and they think the design looks cool and they don't even know what the words say. But so this brother, this older brother character on the show, he starts out the day to sing his song, and on his shirt it's like, shut up, bitch. It's like, you're on a show for preschool kids and your t-shirt says, shut up, bitch. I was laughing so hard. He just doesn't know, you know, people just don't know. So I think that can be a thing that can be really hard sometimes to translate. If you haven't grown up in the place, you just don't get that you're saying something that's rude. And, you know, people here try so desperately to copy and to be a part of stuff that they don't really get it. And you see English everywhere. People are always trying to use it in different places, and there's some really great websites that feature the insane English from Japan. It has gotten better. People are trying not to make as many terrifying grammar mistakes. But it is still funny sometimes to see them try so desperately to write something in English on every single thing you buy. So I got over trying to filter what I bought for my daughter because I didn't want her to walk around with a t-shirt with bad English on it, or, you know, inappropriate English, or, you know, misspelled English, and it got to be too hard. I couldn't filter it all out. I was like, whatever, she's just gonna have to wear a t-shirt that spells something in a weird way, you know, so, and just silly spelling mistakes, you know, spelling excellent with, instead of L's with R's, excellent. Yeah, that's always a good way to spell. So, you know, lots of strange ways of trying to use English, but I'd be curious to hear, you know, what people all over the world think. I know sometimes, you know, like hip hop, for example, is a kind of style of music that I know is embraced by people all over the world, and, you know, local people try to take advantage of it and use it and manipulate it for their own. And I'd be curious to hear how well that's gone over. I know here it can be a little tricky sometimes, and you know, if you've ever been someplace and been surprised. On the flip side, to be fair, on the flip side, when I frequent KFC, every time I go there, it seems like they're playing Christian music, and which is random to me too. I mean, just straight up Christian music. You know, sometimes they're playing country, and I know, you know, there's Christian music of all genres, of course, but, you know, you just don't expect while you're munching on your, you know, chicken to be hearing about Jesus, which is also a little strange. So only in Japan, right?